All right, enough of this. We got a big car show to look at here. We've been talking with 2 or 3 people the whole time. It's just crazy. I hope Mr. Muggs is doing well. I should go check on Mr. Muggs, my little dog, and see where he is. This is a 69, late closed, light blue, VIN, 5874. Pretty late in production for a Corvair Powerglide, 110 horsepower Monza.
How you doing?
Crank her up!
It's pretty cold. It's not very hot today. But it will go down.
That is fantastic. Engineering at its finest. Do you know who this gentleman is?
No.
Land speed record holder, 1967.
Oh, very nice.
And the car is right there. Same car, same turbo, same engines, and everything.
Because do you know Harry Rye?
How was it?
Yeah.
Amazing. Great car.
He's the one who helped me design electric fans. I did one fan, it didn't work. I did 2 fans, didn't quite work. And he's the one who said, you got to counter rotate those. And he explained, gave me all the technical.
So one's turning one way?
Yeah,
one the other.
This is the upper motor, there's a lower motor. Yeah, one turns one way, one turns the other.
So the lower motor is upside down?
The lower motor, yeah, it's laying on a plate on the bottom.
Yeah, so you...
The top cover plate, which would normally be the bearing.
So normally you're... what sort of temperature you're getting under just cruise conditions on a
Cruise conditions, anywhere from 365 to 390.
Okay.
Actually, I was a lot cooler than him, especially at the oil. My oil won't go above 210.
Really?
It won't. I have a separate oil cooler with a fan. He was at I think he's at 240 or 245. So yeah, his car runs a lot hotter. When we went to Flagstaff, I towed it there because I had my girlfriend and a baby, but on the way out, we decided to drive, myself and Regan Metcalf.
Yeah.
Well, we drove through Flagstaff.
2 counter-rotating fans, fan-forced engine oil cool. He's been driving it for 15 years.
And I
runs cool as a cucumber.
40 degrees cooler than him, especially on the inclines.
What do you
on
call
the
it,
inclines
man?
is injected.
One rotates one way, one the other way.
Very small
It
amount.
only works that way.
0.014
They both
jets.
rotate opposite directions.
When you say
Why?
nitrous and water...
That's the only way it works.
No.
One of those things about the physics.
And that
Physics.
pulls the air down there and
There's a
cools
water
it.
Some people
tank,
studied in
filter,
school instead of going to
pump,
junkyards and buying
they
headlight
go through a
buckets.
fogger that's right down here.
Yeah,
The
that's right.
lower line is the water. The upper line
So the
is the
one fan spins one way?
One goes one way, one goes the other.
There are
And it
no
works. It's the only way it works.
system. They inject through the same fogger.
It must give it double. It must give it a double dose of air, then, right? Like a
This
major.
gentleman,
It would slowly start to drop. On the flats, it will start to creep up with this. And then there's a second stage. That's if I put my foot to the floor, and then the car really heats up.
So why do you use nitrous at part throttle?
At the what?
At part throttle, like...
The way it works is it's
140
it's an
engine. I
RPM
wonder how the
control
valve
switch.
seats stay in.
Anything above 2800 and a vacuum switch. So only if you're putting a load on. So if I'm on an incline or if I'm stepping on it a little, then you'll see a green light starts to flash indicating it's dumping nitrous and water. Without it, the temperature starts to go
Why
up.
not just water?
Water does work, but it seems like when you add the nitrous to it, the nitrous almost freezing that water makes a huge difference. I can do water because if I don't open the bottle
What's that fan for?
and I engage
Oil
the system,
cooler.
it's only water. But the nitrous did make a difference.
But the nitrous is adding...
A few guys have done that. 2 oil
It's not
filters
enough nitrous
plus
to add.
an
When I do the
air-cooled
second stage,
oil cooler
you
with
know,
a fan.
0.055 jets, that you'll see the temperature really fast because you're adding nitrous and more fuel. You're adding a
So you're really a small amount of nitrous.
such a small amount. It's, like I say, 0.014 jet. If I engage it, you'll see very little nitrous and water, but it's enough. The water alone will almost trick it, but the nitrous portion includes spreads it out in such a small amount. But I mean, it almost ices that in there. It comes out so cold. And that's where it makes the difference, adding the nitrogen. I've experimented coming here. I tried just water. I tried nitrous and water. I tried system off, and we monitored all the temperatures. And with the nitrous and water, but just a very small amount, that made the difference.
So do you know what the CFM is, or what those two?
I can tell you the CFM, but CFM.
You don't know what it's going to be when under load, though.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, this you don't measure this in inches of mercury like you do the stock fan. You measure it in CFM. Any restrictions, CFM just goes to nothing.
Have you ever measured water, pressure in water when the fans are running? What the pressure is on top?
No, but what I found is that you can't have anything blocking these fans. You can't have any. I made some custom fan shrouds, and the temperature will go up a little bit higher than I wanted. No restrictions. I even put a spoiler in front to keep air from under the car, so it won't fight with the air
from
up
below,
here.
you mean? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Or you run the bottom shrouds?
no shrouds.
Okay.
The fans are controlled by two thermostats. The two switches. So at different temperatures, they go on slow, they go on high, and they're controlled by that. So when I first start the car, there's no fans if it's cold.
Well, years ago, at Bonneville, I ran in '64, my early car. I ran a scoop on the hood, and I had a piece of flex hose. I used 1960 Corvair. They had a ring on the thermostat, would drop down.
I had the ring, yeah. I had the Corvair, I remember.
And so I didn't run a fan belt or anything. I just ran the air in and down
Force,
the bottom,
yeah.
through the fan, and it worked fine.
If you get it up above 80, is it?
Well, you're going on a record run. I was running 120.
Oh, okay.
25 miles an hour. But that worked. But the problem is that you're right. At the bottom of the car, if you have any pressure under there, it's going to restrict the airflow.
Exactly. And that's why we put the spoiler.
So the spoiler breaks up the air from going underneath the car.
Right. Keeps too much air. If you don't have the spoiler on, you get too much air. It's still
And it
it'll
makes
still
too
work,
much turbulence.
but it does get a little hotter.
Turbulence under the car
Right. So you have to
allows that
prevent
to force down.
I even tried making custom shrouds that would hopefully hold the air. Nothing worked. You can't have any shrouds under the car. I have the little metal, what do you call little plates that go on the cylinders?
The baffle plates, the baffles.
Because you don't want that opening. You don't want air just blowing
The
through
baffles,
there.
yeah,
So
keeps
I do
the
have
air
the
around.
baffles in there. But other than that, I don't have any shrouds under the car.
Excellent.
And so
Thank
far, I mean, like I said, I designed this in '99. I